Celebrating 10 years of trailblazing in ground support, Exceed marks a decade as your leading partner in ground support equipment leasing. At the forefront of both short-term and long-term leasing solutions, Exceed adapts to your unique operational needs. Whether you're ramping up for peak season or planning for long-term growth, we provide the right equipment to keep your operations running smoothly. This anniversary, we renew our dedication to empowering your ground operations with efficiency and innovation. With Exceed, you're equipped for success today and prepared for the challenges of tomorrow. Exceed, driving excellence on the ground year after year. Explore more at exceedgse.com.
This is John Pfister.
I'm Brian Yoder.
This is Mathias Moulinier.
This is Willie Martinez, and you are listening to GHI Podcast.
All right. Well, welcome to the GSE Podcast. I'm Matt Weitzel, and I'm here with Max Gosney and Sophie Skinner-Jones.
Hello, Matt.
How's it going, guys?
Fantastic, and great to be back with you on the podcast. Thanks for having us back on.
I think that, and I don't even think I have to think. I think Max has appeared on my podcast more than any other person. Sophie, what do you think about that? Is that a good thing?
Well, Max loves the sound of his own voice, so
it's true. Why do you inflict this on the great world of GSC and aviation, Matt? It's down to you, not me.
I don't know. I bet the moment you met me, you never thought that we'd be talking as much as we've ended up talking over the last few years. But I remember I came and introduced myself, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Matt. I'm doing this podcast or whatever." And anyway, so we've been fast friends ever since. And you've been on the podcast a lot, and I really appreciate you always coming on to talk about the conferences that you're doing and everything you're doing over at GHI. And we launched your podcast on this podcast, and hope that's going really well. I've been lucky enough to come on your podcast with David Farias on an episode. I think was that episode 3 of your podcast or 2?
Yes, I think it was. It's for GSC Expo Europe.
Yeah,
I think it was episode 2 or 3.
I think it was 3. I want to go with 3. I really feel like we should have been first, but 3's fine, and I have, like I just said, I kind of have had you on a lot. So I was hoping for episode 1, and now I have, Jennifer telling me that she's the number 1 guest and that I'm not, and I have to hear that all the time. So I have to give you heck about that. I just ran into her, and that's what she had to tell me.
I think I'll give you your dues. You've got a lot more grace than me, Matt. You're not constantly WhatsApping me like I do to you saying, get me on the next episode. It's outrageous. I wasn't on this one. Start sending you abusive messages. You need to just play nasty, and I reckon you'll get some more airtime with us.
Yeah, I do need to start bugging you more, I guess, on the WhatsApp, I think is what I'm learning from this. So, Sophie, is that what you do? Is you bother him on WhatsApp all the time?
Yeah. Well, even when Max was on holiday, he was bugging me properly. So.
Professionals there.
Well, we are here to talk about the 9th America's GHI conference that is going to be taking place in Orlando, Florida. And is it the 2nd through the 5th? Am I right on those dates?
Yeah, so the golf is the 2nd, and then the actual conference days are the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Okay. Yeah, so that Monday we're going to be doing some golf. And where will the golf be at, Max?
That's taking place at the Rose and Shingle Creek. So the hotel has a course, so we'll be right there by the conference facility and where the majority of the guests are staying. So bring your caps and your sun cream and visors, golf visors. It's going to be warm, which you've been filling us in on, Matt. But yeah, we'll be getting the sort of the groups of balls underway, and should be a lot of fun, competitive, of course, but also a lot of networking and ice-breaking going on. And looking forward to a really productive day there, and a lot of good golf being played as well, not least by yourself, Matt, out here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been talking up my golf game. No, I have not, because nobody would believe it even if I did. So, but yeah, I'm really excited about golf on Monday. And if somebody has not signed up for the conference, registered yet, when's their last day? Do you know when they can get into the golf so that way they can participate? Somebody may have decided the last second they want to come to the conference and participate in the golf. What does that look like, Sophie?
So Monday, the 13th of May is the last when people can sign up for the golf.
Okay.
But I'm sure, if someone signs up to the conference a week before, we can work some magic and try get them to come to the golf. And also, if you don't have your own clubs, you can hire those as well. So you don't need to worry about flying those out to Orlando.
Yeah, that's amazing. This will be the only year that, or the only time really that I've ever been able to bring my own clubs to anything, because I don't fly with my clubs, but because I live here, I'll be able to bring my own clubs. And then the only problem with that is that I don't have an excuse when I play terribly, because then, I've always been able to go, well, they're not my clubs. I mean, obviously I'm not going to, I'm going to spray balls into the woods. I mean, because they're not my clubs. I don't know how to play with these, but that's not going to work. What's that?
What is your handicap? Are you quite good?
Oh, no, I don't even know what my handicap would be. Maybe like a 14 or something. I don't know. I played briefly in high school, and the only reason I played was that both like my best friends in high school both were on the golf team, and I was like, well, I'll join the golf team. We're at a small school, so they needed me anyway, and I just got to travel around with them and play. But I'm horrific. I mean, honestly, it's not a good scene, but we have fun, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, exactly.
Home advantage, Matt. Home advantage there with your own clubs. You know the course.
Know the course, know the weather.
Later this afternoon, you're practicing every day. I think this is all a ruse.
Yep, it is. Out. Yeah, no, you figured me out here. So I don't know how the attendance numbers are working out, but I will say that the GHI conference is always an amazing opportunity to meet up with your colleagues. I hope that this is a very well attended show. I know we have a lot of things going on with tariffs and economy and all the things, right? But being able to see all your GSE colleagues in Orlando, Florida in June, and being able to make those connections with everybody and listening to the panels and learning about the industry and about what's happening and the innovation, and then the one-to-one meetings where you get the opportunity to meet with people that you may not have had the opportunity to ever be able to sit down with. Maybe you've been trying to get that meeting for months or a year, and you never been able to secure it, but they're going to be at the GHI Americas conference. You can schedule a one-on-one meeting with those people. And I think that's what makes the conference really special for me. The reason that I've always enjoyed it and always attended them is because of those very reasons. Then there's, we just recorded a podcast, your podcast before this, and we were talking about, I'm a big fan of the fact that everybody kind of stays in the same hotel, and you get to have those one-off meetings with people where you're just seeing them walking down the hallway or down to breakfast in the morning, and you can connect with those people. Maybe you saw them on LinkedIn and you're like, oh, that's that guy that I've been trying to reach or trying to meet, and you get to see him. And there's a high likelihood of that because everybody's staying at the same resort. And, they're all going to the conference. So I would say if you haven't signed up for the conference, then now's a great time to get in there and register and see all the exhibitors, because everybody's going to be there.
I echo that, and the timing's really good because we just launched the one-to-one meetings planner, so they're just opening up for people send their invites through. Diaries are still empty at this point, but they're going to fill really quickly. So it's a great time to get yourself registered, start sending invites. It's going to be busy, and we hope to go around to that sort of 600 delegate plus mark in Orlando this year. So there's going to be an awful lot of meetings taking place, and you'll catch someone at breakfast, but the only way you're going to catch that person for real is if you do it and schedule it through us, and we'll make sure that you get that appointment with that target business prospect in a place that suits you and a time that suits you.
100%.
Well, I'm just looking. We scheduled 2,300 meetings for the Americas last year. So
wow,
all individually scheduled by us. So hopefully we'll beat that this year. But
that's crazy.
People think all the magic resides at Disney in Orlando, but it's going to be happening there.
It's actually at GHI Americas. Yeah, exactly. That is right. Yeah, but the other thing is it's such an intimate show, right? And this is what I was saying on your podcast as well, is that it's not humongous, right? We don't have this huge expo. So the likelihood of, just if you're on the show floor, you're going to see those people that you've been trying to connect with. So yeah, I think it's a great show. I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to those conversations, those panels. Can you all give me a hint about the delegate dinner? I know it's not 100%. But if you wanted to kind of get, throw me a hint about what we're looking at, I would really appreciate it. My listeners, they've been asking me. I can't help it. I got to do what the people want. I got to ask the hard questions.
Exactly.
Well, I've seen some photos.
To invite me back as well. They've been asking that one, asking for the delegate dinner. But we can hint, Sophie, right? We can hint.
Yeah, it's on a lovely. I've seen some photos on a lovely terrace outside, palm trees, lights.
I like palm trees.
But yeah, it'll be outside.
Al fresco. Take it outside.
I like that.
More information about the entertainment and the theme TBC, but definitely looking to go outdoors and totally take advantage of the good warm climes out there in Orlando.
I know you've been asking me to sing at the event, and I'll just say right now, I just don't think it's right. I get enough stage time as it is. I don't need any more. So I appreciate the offer, Max, but I'm going to pass.
I was wondering why your screen name has come up as Matt Sinatra, and Matt's revealed that. So please, you can't say that without giving us a little, rendition.
Oh, some karaoke. No, that's our friend Abby from Malahan. She's the karaoke queen. From what I hear now, have you seen it?
She's absolutely fabulous at GSC Expo Europe.
Yeah, didn't she sing on my
absolutely because she did. Some Cranberries songs. Unbelievable voice.
Yeah, that's what I hear, and I've actually never witnessed it, but a bunch of the people that I know are like, "Oh, Abby's the best. You got to hear her karaoke." So maybe we can find a good karaoke bar in Orlando, and everybody can.
Abby v. Sophie, because Sophie, you've got quite a voice on you.
Oh, wait, I didn't know this, Sophie. Let's dive into that.
Right.
Don't go.
But I love singing, so everyone just says I've got a really good voice, but I am quite terrible. But I just love singing. I love karaoke. So
she does some brilliant ABBA numbers. It's is that heritage in Sweden and Scandinavia is where Sophie hails from. So don't let her trick you with fake shyness. She can belt them out.
So Sophie, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Jolene by Dolly Parton. I like that. That's it.
Dolly Parton.
But I went on holiday. Yeah, when I went on holiday a couple of years ago, I actually sang it by myself on the stage in front of my boyfriend put my name down, and I just thought, got to do it.
That is awesome.
Crowd of thousands.
Do you get nervous when you're in front of a bunch of people singing, or do you feel comfortable?
No, I am terrible. I am terrible. No, if I'm in the car or something, obviously not. But can't say I like standing up on my own. That's like I was on the panel in Barcelona at the GHI annual. I was so nervous. Obviously, I wasn't singing. I was just on the panel, as I'm a Gen Z. But yeah, I was so nervous. I was tossing and turning throughout the night. So I thought, oh no, what if I mess up? But yeah.
You're brilliant. You're brilliant. I mean, a lot of people, you said, Matt, when we did the podcast, people get nervous about going up on stage, but it's which is totally normal. But it's once you're up there, I think you're in the spirit that you just do your best, and people in the audience just want to listen and learn, don't they, and understand, and they're not expecting anything other than kind of an honest, frank account and some advice, and that's what the conference forum's all about. The GHI, not so much on the singing. The singing's left to the delegate dinner. We haven't done singing on stage. Maybe there's a new development for us.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's the next thing.
That will drive them out of the room.
So tell me a little bit about the panels this year. We kind of cover them on your podcast, but let's go ahead and just, refresh just in case.
Yeah, so we'll kick things off as in our style with we're looking at a sort of big debate around what the market trends are at the moment. And we really want to, discuss this issue around impact of tariffs, of a more protectionist economic environment, trade environment, the impact that has. We're hearing analysts, you are as well, talking about, is there a risk now of global recession? What's that going to mean for flying in a market that otherwise it's been so buoyant since the pandemic has led the world, that America's market and growth? We do seem to be at this tipping point between let's hope and let's, we want to see ongoing and more people flying and cargo moving around, but we have to be aware, I guess, that there is this risk of a slowdown, and what will that mean for the market. So we want to get our discussion from leading industry lights, airlines and handlers, airports around where they see this crucial period taking us. Is it going to be a little blip and we go on to volume growth in this Americas market, or are we going to see recession? And if we in those two scenarios, what's the best strategic approach for a ground handler, for an airline? Because they're very different scenarios to react to. How do you design your game plan for success according to brighter skies or a gloomier outlook for the market? So that will be a big central theme in that opening big debate. We want to talk about the latest developments in electrification, the airports there in the Americas, and around coordination in the supply chain for the adoption of new GSE charging infrastructure. We spoke heavily about it last year in Toronto. We want to see what's happened and if anything has changed to enable that step change in operators being able to implement practical, sustainable equipment. And we've got some really good sessions lined up on safety with some case studies from the guys at Primeflight and Donata talking about real instance on the apron and how adoption of equipment, particularly wireless headsets, has helped them eradicate some of the risk factors and risk points, and what other operators can learn, which is what's so great. They've got competitors there, I'm sure, but they're prepared to get out and talk about, we had a really big safety issue here, and this is what we learned, this is how we've addressed it, because the most important thing for us at the end of the day is that the men and women on shift on the ramp go home safe to their families.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's great. So a bunch of good panels this year, just as there always is, and we'll be able to hear directly from the people about their struggles, about their achievements, and that's what I always enjoy about the show, is listening to the panels, for sure.
Yeah, we really want to play this year to say to the audience, tell us what the issues are, what you think about the tariffs, sustainability, safety. We'll be trying to make it much more interactive, both on stage and in the run up to the conference, to say this is your chance to ask your questions, get it out there, and talk to the community about some of what you see as the big challenges, and let's talk those issues through and hopefully give you some advice.
Yeah, on day 3 we're going to try to do more of like a round table style session. So yeah, it'll definitely be more interactive.
That'll be interesting. Talk to me a little bit more about that. What is that?
That's Sophie's absolutely correct in putting that forward as an innovation from us really this year, to look at making smaller groups on that last morning, round table based workshops, looking at, I think we've got ideas in mind around leadership skills to interpret and adopt technology and still get the best out of your people. I think there's a safety-led workshop we've got coming up on that last day as well. But the format, I guess, would move a lot more from passive presentations, questions, through to getting people together into groups and getting to work through challenges together and address them and talk to them in a much more informal, proactive environment. So it becomes learning through doing rather than just learning through listening, which is also important. But by that last day, I think you can come out as a regular attendee. People just perhaps need to, different style, different format to energize them and to work things through as a group. Might be a bit more productive for that last day.
I actually love that idea. I don't know how you came up with that, but I think you're right. I think by the end, people, kind of have been listening to those panels and coming up and formulating their own questions and their own thoughts about what they've heard throughout the week. And then by that day, they're ready to kind of have open discussions. And I think that is perfect. I'm so glad that you all recognize that. And I hope that is a success. I hope that everybody sticks around to listen to that and be involved in those conversations, because, that's your opportunity, right, to get your questions answered and things like that. But it does sound like also that you're going to make these panels interactive even more than they have been in the past, because I know they have been in the past, where you do a Q&A at the end of each one of them. So, but that's fantastic. And I love how you're constantly innovating on your end and trying to make it better and listening to the feedback. And that's really important.
Indeed. Yeah. We'll talk about innovation in the industry on one of those panels and what ground handling is doing, what it means. But we need to practice what we preach. So building in some innovation and changing the way that we present the panels, the discussion and the content's all really important to us. And we'll look to try a few new things there in Orlando, and looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, for sure. So a bunch of great exhibitors this year, as always. All the big players. What's that?
Exceed being one of them.
Exceed will be there, which is what is on everybody's mind. Yes, we will be there. We sprung for one of the larger booths this year. So what is that guy's name that sells for you guys? His name is George, I think is what he calls himself.
Didn't he promise to dress up as Princess Elsa?
Yeah, that's
Frozen when we were in
listen.
Orlando on your podcast previously. I'm sure he said something like that.
Yeah, that there was a promise of dressing up as a Disney character if we got to the mark of, what is it, 700 plus attendees or something like that. We'll have to go back and listen to the tape because we have the recording, and I have bought a size extra small for him, Princess Elsa costume.
I'm sure contractually agreed to do that for the golf as well as the conference days.
That would be nice for golf. Yeah, I hear he's not that good. So, maybe that'll distract people from his game, right? Which I'm sure is what he was hoping. But why do we give George so much heck? I don't understand. Or is that just me? Am I the only one doing that?
He's got such broad shoulders. He could take it.
Can he take it? Okay.
Sport.
Yeah. So anyway, where I was going with that was that George got me early at the end of the last conference, and I signed up for one of the premium booths. You got a premium location, so as soon as you walk in, you'll be able to see Matt and the Exceed team. But yeah, what I was going to say was that great exhibitors this year. I think there's some new ones as well.
Just on 60 mark has just been hit, so it's going to be busy in that exhibition hall. There's going to be a lot of exhibitors, which is great to see, and a lot of delegates coming around to understand and speak to them about what they have to offer. So really pleased with how that's developed.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I was just looking at the floor plan this morning, and a lot of good people are going to be there. I'm very excited about it. So love the location. The Rose and Shingle Creek will be great. That's awesome that the golf is going to be right there. That makes things really nice. So yeah, and then what else is going on? Anything else that I need to know about the Ninth America's GHI, or have we covered it?
What else we got? We've obviously got the alongside those formal meetings, we'll have the speed networking events with the kind of 5-minute chance to break the ice with either the airline session with a number of representative airlines offering a chance for a meet and greet with the key contacts there, and we'll have a session for meeting the ground handlers as well. So that will balance nicely with those more structured, formal one-to-ones, and it takes place just in that exhibition hall area towards the back of the hall. So it's a good bit of theatre and energy in the event as well. And it, sometimes what we hope and what we've seen by introducing it is that sometimes a connection will be made through that icebreaker 5 minutes, and then leads to more formal conversation at the next GHI. Then a face has been put to a name and helps flourish and develop a substantial business relationship. But it's another way of getting in front of what might be a busy airline or a busy ground handler, ensuring that you get that airtime and the chance to meet them, explain what you do, and hopefully generate a further discussion as a result. So we've got that going on. We'll have the welcome party, as is tradition at GHI, at the end of the opening day, with entertainment and a chance for the exhibitors to kind of meet and greet as people move around within that exhibition hall where we'll serve the drinks and the food. We're talking to the team at Donata. We are hopeful when this once confirmed that we will be able to offer a chance to team up and see the station of tomorrow up the road at Orlando International Airport. So that's something TBC, but something we're hopeful we can confirm with the Donata team and offer a select number of delegates a chance to do that whilst they're in town, really. So that'll be great, and we'll be hearing all about that future station in the conference room on one of the panel sessions too. So watch this space, but we're excited if we can pull that one off and provide that little bit of added value, a chance to walk around and see it after you've heard about it in the conference room.
Yeah, so everybody stay tuned on LinkedIn. I'm sure y'all be posting as soon as those kinds of new opportunities are available.
Yeah, absolutely.
With, Spirit Airlines. So if you haven't booked your flight already, you can get 20% discount if you book your flights with Spirit Airlines. So we'll share that with all delegates as well. Yeah. So they'll be the official carrier for the conference.
Oh, that's amazing. No, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. So people go out and book your flights on Spirit, get your 20% off and make it down to...
email us for the code and get 20% off.
There you go. That's what you got to do. So is anybody bringing friends or family with them to Orlando to experience the magic or no?
No.
Not on the team. Unfortunately, for me, obviously, I've got two young ones, but it's clashed with school term time and and taking them out and getting across has been a bit tricky. But I'm sure there'll be many who do.
Yeah.
I think
there's so much down the road, so much to see. Disney and everything else. So, family's welcome.
Yeah, families are definitely welcome. Yeah, my son grew up obviously in Orlando, and we would go to Disney so much that some of the face characters knew his name. So like Aladdin and Jasmine would be like, "Hey, Stafford, how's it going?" And and they would walk around the park with him. He was a fan favorite. So it's his second home basically.
This is you're just rubbing this in now, Matt, with Sophie and I being deprived of a trip in our childhood to know that you took your son. So we're sort of in tears here. We never got the opportunity.
Disneyland Paris. Yeah.
Another thing that'll bring you to tears is our buddy George in the Elsa costume. That's gonna bring you to tears.
I think it'll be brought to tears if it's an extra small. Squeeze into that.
Oh man! So, and then I do have word that you're not playing golf, but you will be attending Max. You just haven't got your golf game quite where your football game is.
I like to think that I'm sort of the broadcast team going around in the media buggy, reporting on the best plays of the day. And no, my golf game is not up to it, but I am looking forward to going around and witnessing some of the excellent games that will be on display. And I will be perhaps putting something together to report some of the best action in GHI post-conference. Yeah. It's always a fun day. And it's always good to see as well that the competitive spirit burns strong in a lot of our delegates and they want to win it, which is great.
There's a lot of great GSE golfers.
There are, yeah.
So, if you want to go see a good golf game, all you do is head down there on Monday and check it out. I'm sure people will be very competitive and want to win that. And yeah, so it'll be a really great event. So I'll be there on Monday, checking out the golf, and then obviously there throughout the week. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for coming on and talking about it.
Been a pleasure as ever, Matt. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you there in Orlando very soon.
All right. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the GSE Podcast. We hope you found it informative and engaging. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with your colleagues and peers in the ground support equipment community. Your support is invaluable to us. We'd appreciate it if you could take a moment to rate and review our podcast. Your feedback not only encourages us, but also helps expand our reach within the GSE community. Keep an eye out for more episodes as we continue to explore the dynamic world of ground operations, bringing you the latest trends, insights, and stories from the industry. Thank you for listening to the GSE Podcast. Until we meet again, stay grounded and keep pushing forward.